this Monday, the 9th of March, I want to focus on one of the most tough areas of watercolor, one of the areas where a lot of people find difficult. I see this when I judge, and I've just done a whole series of critiques for my students, and I can tell you one of the number one features that people struggle with are tonal values. Now, tonal values, which is the basically the degree between light and dark. So you'll start at white, you may go through light values, medium values to dark values, and then if you like to black. These tonal values are essential in any subject because they create the illusion of light, of shadow, of depth, of volume, and also of atmosphere. Meaning that if you don't get your tonal values right, you basically will have a weakness in your painting of light and shadows and distance and depth and atmosphere. So a lot of people may find that they have these problems and they find it difficult to understand why. Look at your tonal values. If you can't identify them, take a photo of your painting, turn it into black and white, and you're going to see that the painting doesn't make sense in black and white. That's how you're going to see if you have a tonal value problem. So what I've chosen for this week, for our watercolor live subject this week, is a marine. And this marine subject that we have, there's a whole series of buildings, there's a sky, there's water, there's boats, there's all sorts of things happening. If our tonal values are not, let's just say, well chosen, because we're not going to be painting them exactly as they are in the subject, if we don't choose our tonal value range and position well, we're going to have a flat painting. And we're also probably going to have a problem with our light, our shadows, and our atmosphere. So what I want to do is actually walk you through an easy way that you can spot the tonal values in your subject. But it's not enough to just see the tonal values in your subject. You then have to create almost like a model that you then decide this will be the way that I will paint my subject. Because every single subject may have even 20, 30 different tonal values, and you don't want to put them all in your paintings. You really don't want to put that many different tonal values in a painting because it becomes chaotic. So we're going to have to reduce the tonal value range, and we're going to have to reduce it in a way that one works for the subject, works for the light, the shadow, the distance, and the volume and the atmosphere, but at the second time works for the composition. And this is where I see so many people struggling, because either they get the tonal values right just for the subject, and so there's too many tonal values, or they don't use their tonal value range to strengthen their composition. So that's what I want to focus on, because it's almost every single painting. And it's not necessarily easy because we're focusing on our technique, we're focusing on our subject, and many people focus on color. So that's what we're going to be doing this 9th of March. So if you want to join me, please feel free to join me on Monday. And if you feel like painting along, then feel free to paint along. And that way you'll get a critique of your painting that you've done during the live. And if you can't join us on Monday, honestly, it's a really important live. So just by inscribing, you'll get the link for the recording, which you can watch as many times as you like later on. All right. So I look forward to seeing you this Monday. Take care.